43.
Hey guys, this is Books and Crimes. This is episode number 43. This is the Island of Dolls. The Island of Dolls, sorry. The Island of Dolls is an island covered with old decaying dolls about 15 miles south of Mexico City. Don Julian Santana Barrera was born in 1921. The story goes, in 1950, he decided to leave his family and move to the island to farm. One day, Julian found a young girl dead in the lake. She became tangled up in the water lilies. There are different versions to why he had so many dolls. One version says when he found the dolls near the young girl, he hung it up to appease her spirit so that she could play with it. He started finding dolls in the lake around his property, so he just started hanging those up.
Yeah, I guess random dolls would just kind of float up to his property.
That's weird.
Yeah.
A second version goes that he hung the doll because her spirit was tormented. He would go to nearby towns to find more dolls. Julian started hearing voices and whispers on the island.
And he was the only one on there by himself. Nobody else lived on the island.
That's creepy. Over time, he kept adding more dolls. Some people would give him dolls in exchange for fresh produce. The local legend says that they believe he was possessed by a spirit that compelled him to collect the dolls. In the center of the island, he built a shrine to the first doll. In the 90s, he began doing tours to supplement his income.
Yeah, he found out that people actually would wanted to pay him to come to the island to see all the dolls. And then he's like, oh, okay, I can start doing tours. And that's
okay. Over the next 50 years, there were a few hundred dolls hanging around the property. One day in 2001, Julian's nephew went to the island to help his uncle plant pumpkins. When he arrived, he found his uncle face down in the water dead. It was the same exact spot where Julian found the young girl decades before.
Yeah, they said it was 50 years to the day or something from when he found her and stuff like that.
He should have just kept her ass there. They say that he died of a heart attack, but some say the evil forces of the island overwhelmed him and caused his death. Today, his nephew lives on the island where he allows tourists to visit.
I saw something so the uncle died in 2001, and I think I saw something that the nephew moved there in 2002, or maybe a couple years later. And yeah, so now he does tour. They said it's a huge tourist attraction. But some people, some of the locals, they won't go anywhere near that island. For others, for the right price, they'll take you there.
Yeah, no. I don't want nothing to do with that shit. This one is called Halloween Crime.
Yeah, this is our Halloween crime.
Right. Halloween night, 2011, 55-year-old Leto Peoples was arrested for stabbing 49-year-old Maria Adams. It all started over a missing bag of candy. When Liddell noticed that the missing candy, when he noticed the candy was missing, he went and confronted Maria because he found the candy in her coat. That's when she allegedly threw a glass plate at him, causing a minor gash above his eyebrow. He then went towards her and she allegedly grabbed 2 knives. He got the knives away from her. Once he was on top of her, he became angry and grabbed the knives and started swinging at her. After she wasn't trying to defend herself anymore, he then slammed her head into the floor 3 times. Well, damn, talk about overkill. When Liddell then became even more angry when he thought he would have a scar.
Yeah, because I guess when it started bleeding and stuff like that, and he's like, oh no, it was this kid's car, that's when he just like lost his shit even more.
So then he stomped on her back and her head. He then went and grabbed his biggest knives and poked her with it to see if she would move. But Maria did it. After that, he got dressed, put the bloody knives in the sink, and called 911. When the police arrived, he was on the porch and he told them the bitch was crazy and she threw a plate at my head. Maria had trauma to her head. She also had puncture wounds to her face, cheeks, and hands. She also lost lots of blood. She had 28 wounds to her body. 10 were actually stab wounds and 18 were cuts.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, because it said like incise in some of the articles I read, and I had to look it up, and it's basically like incisions or in cuts and stuff like that. But like, yeah, he just went like he lost his shit on her and just went knife happy, I guess.
That's
sad.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Over some candy.
Oh yeah, all over missing like candy.
He was arrested that night. He was charged with attempted murder and aggravated domestic battery. He was being held on a $2 million bond. While Maria was in the hospital, she never regained consciousness. She was pronounced dead at 9:05 p.m. on November 5th, 2011. They changed his attempted murder charge to first-degree murder. A jury trial found him guilty of 2 counts of first-degree murder. He was sentenced to 30 years in prison.
Yeah, because at first I think I saw like he was trying to play like a crazy thing, but they said because of the amount what he did to her, and because he cut her stabbed her so many times, and the fact is that he was slamming her head into the ground like he did it multiple times, or just like that, that's a violent way to take someone.
Yeah.
Or life.
It's straight up over.
And these ones, they're just like weird facts.
Okay. On September 10th, 1977, the last person executed by
guillotine
happened in France.
I thought that was kind of late. In 1977, I thought that was like it ended in like the early 1900s.
I don't know, some places still do the freaking electric chair and everything else, so yeah. I don't put shit past the government. In 1977, that's the same year that Star Wars came out and Smokey the Bandit. Oh shit. Didn't care for Star Wars. Never seen Smokey the Bandit.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Oh, I think it's called scaphism.
Scaphism was a form of torture where you would be covered in honey, stuck in a hollow log, and let nature eat you alive.
Yeah, so basically they you'd be eaten alive by bugs and animals and stuff. So it's a very horrible way to go.
1/3 of murders go unsolved in the U.S. I actually thought it would have been more.
I actually thought that would have been slightly higher. I mean, which is sad that we're thinking that way, but
yeah, the way this day is, I'm actually surprised it's not like 2 or 3.
Like, I knew it wouldn't be like 50%, but that's just like.
Oh, I do. All these fucking missing people coming up missing and dead, and they don't know who killed them. And
I know, because sometimes there's like no evidence at all.
No, nobody ever gets in trouble for the murders that they commit.
And just think of like all the homeless people and prostitutes that get killed, and they have nobody that's even think about them. And
yeah,
and their murders just end up.
That's why I really think I figured it would be more. I mean, I guess it's good that it's not though. The catacombs of Paris holds the bones and remains of almost 6 million people. So I thought it was 8 million.
Yeah, see, the one thing I saw, it said 6 million, but even still, like, that's like a lot of people. Or, yeah, that's just like a lot of. I don't know if I could do that just because of how far down it goes. I think it'd be interesting to see, but it's just because it's so like.
I could do it. I want to do it, but I would never be able to do it because I'm not getting on a plane or a boat to even go fucking that far to Paris.
Yeah, I'm afraid to fly, so I would never be able to do it. Yep, and that was our episode 43.
Alrighty, that was our episode 43.
Very short episode 43.
Yep, by the time she gets done editing, it's going to be like a 5-minute, 4-minute episode. Sorry, guys. But we're actually having problems right now with the internet and things, and we don't know because it won't stay connected, so we don't know when the next time we're going to be able to upload it up. So we're trying to get as many as we can. So we apologize for this extremely short one. The next one will be better, I promise.
Yeah.
And I won't be so drunk or I'm slurring everything. So thank you guys for listening. Please follow us and all that good shit. Bye.